Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Monogatari Off-Season and Monster Season, episode 4. But before that, I actually did manage to find a version of the opening in YouTube. And the moment I found it, I was like, I gotta save it. So I screen recorded it to my phone because just as I predicted, literally the next day it had already been deleted. So yeah, unfortunately though, I'm like this. I have my earbuds connected to my computer, so I'm not gonna be able to tell if Nadeko or Ononoki is singing which part of the song. But um, yeah, I mean, let's just I think I got some meaning now from the song, as I feel like some of it is straightforward and some of it is like not. But yeah, look, here it is. So let's see. I think the first one is by Ononoki, and she's saying, "Wanna do this? Wanna do that? Wanna do anything?" And she's looking at Nadeko sitting on the ground. So I think this one's pretty clear. It's just showing us Ononoki trying to socialize with Nadeko as she's being a shut-in, and giving her a lot of options about what they can do together, but Nadeko's just staying put. It's like you're dead. So yeah, basically, saying Nadeko as someone who's not really doing anything at the moment, and even though she has a lot of motivation for her manga and stuff, um, just the fact that she doesn't really go outside and try to interact with people out of her own accord. From Ononoki's point of view, it's like she's dead already. Treading water doesn't win the race. And I think this is Nadeko singing. She's basically responding to Ononoki's side. Treading water doesn't win the race. I'm not exactly sure what this means, but I'm guessing maybe like, oh, I shouldn't rush ahead. I should just go at my own pace, instead of like diving in. I'm just trying to be careful. But that's just more AI circulation. I had it the first time I listened to it, I didn't even notice that Nadeko said that. And I just kept saying like, oh, this has so many Rene circulation vibes. Right? It is AI? But it could also be like like love circulation. Today our story finally begins. So before that was just what? The prologue. It finally begins. Emotion like an unhatched egg. I think this is Ononoki again. Emotion like an unhatched egg. I don't know. And this like Ononoki saying like, oh, Nadeko has all these emotions, but she's just, keeping them very close to herself. Out of shell and onto the griddle. Out of shell hell and onto the griddle. Okay. And with a post look on your face. That's cool that they had that Ononoki catchphrase. And then we also have Nadeko saying, "Say no." This dream yearning for eternity. Huh. And I think that's Nadeko saying it. A dream yearning for eternity. I never thought that that's what Nadeko was a yearning for. Maybe just because she's on a time limit, she's yearning for more time to do everything that she's been wanting to do, but she just didn't have the confidence and just the self-realization that she now has. This dream yearning for eternity is ended by the morning coming. Yeah, okay. I cried so many tears of sugar. Maybe this just means to all the time she spent like sad and kind of like, like shy Nadeko. And it seems like Ononoki in this part of the song, surrounded by all the Nadekos, is kind of imitating how Nadeko is or used to be. Just, not being able to function around a lot of people. And just with a few tears of sugar, very sweet tears, everything would be alright and nobody would bother her. But at least now I see what I feel. Oh, okay, so she doesn't regret that period of her life. The time cooked them into a bittersweet caramel, the ribbon like cursed armor wrapped tight. Ooh, I like that. Only these feelings will ever understand these feelings I feel. Well, that's self-explanatory. That's what Kaiki told her. Only you can understand yourself, and therefore you're the best person to save yourself. Hand in hand, let's tackle it step by step. Now with all the versions of her, or a story that promises we hold dear. Okay. A vibrantly checkered past, the story of poor me. Vibrantly checkered past, that's a cool line. Let's fill up these empty pages with a new chapter. Ooh. Yeah, so she feels everything that she's lived up until this point. It's empty pages. There's nothing on it. Which I think I disagree with that sentiment. But she's ready to start moving on and writing on this new notebook. I like that. I really like that. Feels very like fitting to where Nadeko is at this moment in the story. I spent a lot more time than I expected talking about the opening, more so about the lyrics themselves. But it's a Monogatari opening, so of course it's gonna have significance to character or characters that are in it. As for the Sodachi scene that I didn't really talk about last week, I don't know. It's complicated to do so because, we don't really know very well how Oikura has been doing from her perspective. So it's hard to say, from how exactly she's feeling while she's giving these advices to Nadeko. But we do know enough. And she mentions like bullying multiple times. But I don't think she was saying like, from experience of her being bullied. Because most people just kind of tolerated her, from what I remember, in Ogi Formula. And I'm not talking about the anime version. The anime version, it's so underwhelming compared to the novel version. There you actually get straight up, like, full-on flashbacks between all of Ararai's classmates, during the incident where Oikura was blamed for cheating on the exams. But yeah, if you haven't read Ogi Formula, do yourself a favor and do that. But yeah, I don't know if I would call that bullying. If that's what she's thinking about when she thinks of Nadeko possibly being bullied. Because, everything that we know about Oikura is from Araragi's point of view and from what other people tell Araragi or told. So it's kind of a little dicey trying to figure out, where she stands on that. But when she says, like, oh, you shouldn't, like, go to sleep crying yourself to sleep, I think she's definitely thinking about, her abusive parents. But yeah, it seems like she's going to college. But she's not really, because even though, she changed her look, and she thought like she could really do it this time, it seems like she still isn't really in a healthy mental place to do that. And I really, really like that line where she says, like, oh, not going to school is not the end of your life. Of course, someone like Oikura would be the perfect one to say that. Like most people, if they weren't going to school when she said, or where she's at, and they're like, oh, but I gotta, to be a proper functional member of society, I gotta do this or do that. But Oikura is like so far removed from that. It's like she just wants to just, maybe if she keeps on living, something good will happen. Maybe she'll finally have connection to other people that don't hurt her. Like, oh man. At the very least, Nadeko has some Ononoki and Tsukihi. And parents that are at least trying. Whereas Oikura is just in a much more lonely place. She doesn't have a support system. And just the conversation that she has about, like, Nadeko trying to put herself in her parents' shoes. And also that maybe they weren't actually being, like, they didn't actually mean what they said. They just said it for Nadeko to, for that idea to get into her head. And, like, try to change the way that she's been doing things up until now. So it's like they're not necessarily going to force her to work if she doesn't go to school before she should graduate middle school. But it's definitely something that they felt like they needed to say, at the very least. Since they really have no idea what it is that is going through her head. And it's very similar to basically what Ogi was saying this episode. About, well, if you're feeling this way, then maybe the other person is also feeling the same way. And they just cannot get themselves to be open about it. So even though, what Oikura is saying may not be true, it is worth considering it. It's just amazing that someone who's gone through what she has can see it through that lens. Or it could be because she's going through something like that she has the capability of seeing it like that. Yeah. I mean, it's complicated, you know. What if the other side is thinking things that aren't going the way they want it to go? Then there's no relationship that can be sadder than that. I wonder, you know, if there's some of it that Oikura is thinking about of her own circumstances. I hope not, but like, of course she has to be, right? The whole, you know, she hates Araragi because if she didn't, then she would just hate herself, blaming herself, even though none of it was her fault. Or at the very least, she made Nadeko feel a little bit, at the very least, a little bit relieved after talking to her. Yeah, she got a tiny bit of motivation. And Oikura as well. She got motivation just from seeing what Nadeko is doing. I mean, she doesn't have all the details, but she doesn't need to. I love that. The fact that Oikura got motivated just by seeing how Nadeko is also struggling and trying to be happy and find herself. And it's also really cool that even though I don't think Oikura and Nadeko have ever really interacted much, Oikura could really tell that Nadeko has changed. So that just goes to show how observant Oikura is. Like, of course she is. Well, at the same time, like, we know that Nadeko still has some things that she needs to work on, that they are still the same as when we first met her. But she's trying hard to move on from them. Like her apologizing a lot for calling her big sister Sodachi. Just some little things like that are good to take notice of. But yeah, she had a hint that Shy Nadeko got to the Araragi residence because she was trying to avoid it, but she probably ended up there anyway. So yeah, I've been yapping a lot. So let's just get started with this episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Chapter 15. Me too. Oh. Ooh, that's Fish Island's shot. Hey. Tsukihis? Ooh. It's either Tsukihis or Araragi's. But I don't know if she would say like she's been here a lot of times. I mean like twice at least. Say no! That was amazing! Ikuso! Don't die, don't die, don't die. Let me die. Be tension. Say no! Now the Monogatari episode 0 and a good round for 3. Okay. Chapter 16. Whoa! Wait, Angry Nadeko is here? We really got them mixed up again. Critical hit, huh? Damn, she was going in for a kill? Why'd you come here? Yo, the voice acting. Top notch. Mm-hmm. Can you convince her? Oh my god. Oh, good. That was close. What? How do we even deal with this one? Really, this one, but not God Nadeko? Good to know. Damn, she's a lot more extreme than the one from Nadeko Medusa. Oh. 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 Oh shit. Should have known she was not gonna let her. Ooh. Ouch. Oh wow, she did manage to do it. Hmm. Huh. That's some real quick thinking. A bit, huh? Yes, I would have expected that. Mm. You're right, you were not invited to this house. Will she get... Will someone see her, though? Hey, if you don't know, then there's no damage. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I'm sure Shy Nadeko is gonna be the last one now, considering 2 times now that we thought she was gonna be in some place and she wasn't. Mm, okay. Does Tsukihi have anything other than Yukata? Oh, that's from the opening. That looks really cool on her. She's just gonna leave it there. Mm. Don't answer that. This is not your house. What? You dumbass. Senju Kahara? Oh god. Oh my god. Oh, she dropped the phone. Yeah. She just bolted out of there. Man! Yo, look at this! That's how scared she is. Near death experience. You're the one saying that? Man, I was so curious what Shanjo was gonna say next. Mm. Mm. You would think that, right? But once you get your sights on one of them, it turns out to be the other one. Mm. Ononoki? Eh? Eh? Koi, koi. Eh? 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 She's... Eh? What? What? She was freaking mutilated and cut in parts. God, that's a grim view. Oh. Oh, I figured, but still. Huh, so when they cut you, they also cut your hair? I mean, this is important information. I mean, this is definitely a lot more scary than the snakes. Mm. Oh, we're gonna put you back together again? Okay. I mean, I can imagine how she ended up like this, but will you explain? Mm. Oh. How so? Oh. Mm. 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 Eee. You definitely wouldn't have been able to get up from that. I mean, she doesn't work on logic. Yet you still do it. Tomodachi! She called her friend. Oh. I don't think Ononoki has those feelings. Oh. Oh, maybe, yeah. Is that really how it works? Oh no, that's not something. Uh, don't. Oh god, that face. Oh? Huh? How does Big Nadeko even do anything? Hmm. Also, Big Nadeko got clothes. Mm. Oh, okay. We know that. Wait. No, yeah. Wait. Wait. Yeah. No. Oh. Yo. But why? Huh? Mm. Yeah. I see. Ah. Otori. I see. Mm. I don't know, it's gotten a little messy. Mm. mm? Mm. That's gonna end up being important. Yeah, you can assume that. I mean, it's understandable that Ononoki got taken down, considering it was God Nadeko. Oof. Damn, is that a threat? Hmm? Oh, maybe he's gonna be the one to uh, Is bro just... Did he just forget everything he's just playing? Oh, uh-huh. I mean, 2 is easier than 4? But yeah, at least you got Ononoki now. Uh-oh. That fast? Oh, that's... Yeah, definitely worst case scenario. I doubt Kaiki is going to appear. Oh. And that's how she ends up introducing herself to Nadeko. Damn. Shit, yeah. Uh, mm, it's too big. Mm. Right, even if we go looking for them, we don't know what they're thinking of going. Oh? How so? Wait, literally? A hand? Yeah. She was being literal. Huh. I see. Well done, Ononoki. Yosh. Chapter 20. She can do that? That's convenient. Yo, I don't think Nadeko has ever met Hachikuyu. That would be interesting. Ah, nice. Oh, okay. Hachikuji is reliable. I don't think it's necessary to worry that much for her, considering what happened with the slug. Oh, she is. Hmm. I think I get it. Uh-huh. But you said you did. Oh. Her usual outfit looks more refreshing with all the cuts. mm. Okay, let's keep that in mind. So, like a trump card. Mm. Mm. Well, yeah, but they didn't have the power of a god. Oh, yeah, and they weren't in a pair. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a cool way to put it. Oh, let's go. I wonder how many episodes this arc is going to have. I'm all for, like, I don't know, 6 episodes. Unlucky. Be happy. Ondeto. But maybe next episode is gonna be the last one of this arc. We'll see. Next episode could also be just these two just trying to look for God Nadeko and Meek Nadeko. Peace, peace. Okay, well, as fun and interesting as this episode was, I do feel like this was the least dense episode in terms of like character insight. And it was a lot more, especially the moment that she reunited back with Ononoki. A lot about, like, you know, the mechanics of how to defeat Meek Nadeko and God Nadeko, and how they're so strong right now, and the potential of them becoming even more catastrophic if we let them keep roaming about. Which is fine, you know, that's completely necessary. But it's not necessarily my favorite part of a Monogatari episode. The best part was definitely Nadeko going against angry Nadeko, and the last words of the latter being, you know, like, you're reluctantly putting in effort, are you? If it's too much pain, just stop. And how it affected current Nadeko. You know, like, even though she managed to get angry Nadeko exercised, like, those words still went straight into her heart like razors. Even though, you know, she's still, like, not wavering about defeating all the versions of her. The way that Ononoki put it at the end, of like, you have two versions of you now alongside you. So basically, you're worth three Nadekos. Don't underestimate yourself. That's definitely one way to do the whole, splitting yourself into parts and then reintegrating them back into yourself. Like, that's so good. And so far, the two Nadeko that she's defeated, at the end they say some hurtful stuff that she is very insecure and afraid about, that she even now still thinks. But regardless, she marches forward because this is something she has to do in order to keep on going and find the answer to the question at the beginning of the arc, I don't remember the exact wording of it, but basically, like, if there are so many versions of me, then which one is the real me? And the answer is obviously going to be all of them are you, regardless of how many times you change. Actually, yeah, now that I say that, that really reminds me of Araragi in Sokuowari, when Ogi asks him, who are you? Because he was feeling kind of like unsure of himself, like, what am I right now? In between high school and college. And just, being just very, how do I say it? In a very unsure part of his life. Like, even though, like, he was almost sure that he would get to go to college with Senjo, there was still that part, like, I remember that line very specifically, like, if a cop stopped me in the street, what would I say? A high school student? A college student? And then it would be, no, I'm just Araragi Koyomi. What you see is what you get. And I feel like we're going to have a very similar moment in this arc as well. Which is so fun to have a parallel between, such a big parallel between Nadeko and Araragi. But yeah, this is so good, man. Just this arc is very much like picking and choosing a lot of very specific things that have happened to other characters and the way that they've dealt with their issues while still making it unique and fun. Like, I feel like I already said that, but like, I still wanted to repeat it. And I still wonder why Angry Nadeko went to the Araragi house, of all places. Oh, and also there's like a big mystery on, which, like, Meek Nadeko, what happened first? Her on the swimming, on the swimsuit, or her with the no bra but the bloomers. Like, it seems silly to think so, but this is Monogatari, so I'm pretty sure Meek Nadeko having which type of scandalous non-outfit is definitely going to become relevant to taking them down somehow. Because it's definitely odd that we don't know the exact timeline. I feel like maybe there could be a twist where, like, Ononoki is so sure that Meek Nadeko is being controlled by God Nadeko. But what if they're working together, though? That could be a twist. Like, Meek Nadeko isn't doing it because she's scared, but because she's actually agreeing with what God Nadeko wants to do. But we'll see. Though I still don't understand how it's related to the non-outfits. But we'll have to wait. Oh yeah, and freaking Nadeko actually answered the phone on a house that she doesn't, not even that she doesn't live, that she's not supposed to be here right now in this moment. I wonder if maybe Senju's gonna mention it to Tsukihi in some way, and Tsukihi is going to talk about it with Nadeko. I don't know. I feel like that being here feels like a little bit odd that would be everything that there would be. So hopefully Senju says something to Tsukihi and then she delivers it to Nadeko. Because now that I think about it, yeah, the only time they've talked is through phone. Because even during Koi, Senju never went there to Shirohebi Shrine. Man, okay. But yeah, there was some cool moments and funny moments while Ononoki was talking to Nadeko about, what happened that ended up in her being cut into pieces. Oh, and also, like, maybe changing God Nadeko into Meek Nadeko or Flirting Nadeko could be possible with the use of like a con man or an aberration expert. So she gives a suggestion of maybe contacting Gain, since he was already, like, when Ononoki told her about like using the Shikigamis, she was like, oh, we can use this to introduce you to Gain and show her that you're not a threat, and therefore, they can put you as harmless in, the list of aberrations. Let's call people who know about aberrations. But yeah, if they contact Gain here, then this is the opposite of showing her that she's harmless. But at the same time, like, if they cannot deal with this on their own, then they gotta seek others' help. But who knows if it'll come to that. I think for the arc to be like really, really impactful, it has to be Nadeko and maybe with Ononoki's help to defeat the last two Nadekos. Otherwise, the meaning and the themes of the arc wouldn't hit as hard. Anything else? I guess you could say that everything that Angry Nadeko was saying, not just the words at the end, were subconscious thoughts from current Nadeko that she's trying to fight off. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So I think that's all I have to say about the episode. Hopefully I can come up with something more insightful, especially for the encounter with Angry Nadeko for next week. But for now, I think that's all I have to say. So yeah, if you enjoyed my reaction, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.